This man called Mr. Nduka is a very jealous husband. He was so jealous that he doesn't want any man near his wife, not his friends, not his brothers, not even his wife's brothers. He doesn't trust any man around his beautiful wife. He feels a man might sleep with his wife if he doesn't protect her from men. Therefore, only women were allowed or near his house. He feels he is smart. He feels he is wise. Only if he knew what was happening behind him. In the heart of Lagos, there lived a man named Mr. Nduka. He was tall, dark, and handsome. He had money, a big house, and many cars. People in the town respected him because he was rich and smart. But there was one thing people didn't know. Mr. Nduka had a jealous heart. He loved his wife Amaka so much. She was very beautiful. Her skin was smooth like chocolate. Her eyes were bright like stars. And when she smiled, it felt like the sun had come out. Mr. Nduka loved her so deeply that he was afraid of losing her. But his love turned into something else, something too much. He became too jealous. He did not allow any man come close to Amaka, not even his friends, not even his brothers, not even his father. I'm only protecting you, he would say to Amaka. Men are dangerous. He said they can't be trusted. He believed that if any man come near Amaka, they would try to take her from him. So, he made a rule in his house. No man must ever enter, only women. At first, Amaka laughed. She thought it was funny. She thought it meant Nduka really loved her. But soon, things started to change. Mr. Nduka didn't let Amaka go out alone. He told her to stop working. What if you meet a man at the office, he said. What if someone starts liking you? What if your boss starts making advances of you? You ain't working again. I will pay you whatever they pay you. I will double it. Just stay at home. So, Amaka stayed at home every day. She cooked. She cleaned. She read books. But she was bored. Very bored. Even the cook and the gate man were women. Mr. Nduka did not want any male staff in his house. My house is a safe place, he would say proudly. No man can ever take what is mine. But Amaka wasn't happy. She had no freedom, no excitement, no fun. She felt like a bird inside a golden cage. The cage was beautiful, yes, but it was still a cage. She missed talking to people. She missed the outside world. She missed being free. But Mr. Nduka didn't see her pain. He only saw his love, his fear, his jealousy. And that was the beginning of something no one expected. Mr. Nduka's house was big and beautiful. It had shiny floors, soft chairs, and walls painted with gold and cream. There were many rooms, all filled with nice things. From outside, people admired the house. They said, "Ah, Amaka is lucky. Her husband loves her so much." But inside the house, Amaka didn't feel lucky. She felt lonely. She felt like a prisoner in a pretty place. Every day, she woke up, wore her wrapper, and sat on the couch. She would look at the clock as the minutes slowly passed. Sometimes she cooked, sometimes she cleaned, but most times she just sat alone. There were no male visitors. None. Not even Mr. Nduka's own father came to visit. One day, her father-in-law came to the gates. "I want to see my son," he said. But the female security guard replied, "Oga said no men are allowed." The old man went home angry. Another time, Mr. Nduka's younger brother brought some business papers to sign. He was turned away too. No male must enter this house, Mr. Nduka had warned the workers. He trusted no one. Even when Amaka begged him, "Please, let me visit my mother," he said no. She has male cousins and uncles. What if they see you and like you? So, Amaka stayed home always. She tried to smile. She tried to stay strong. But every day, her heart grew weaker. Sometimes, she looked out the window and watched people walk on the street, laughing, talking, living. She wished she could join them, but she was stuck. She began talking to the walls, talking to herself. Mr. Nduka did not notice. He thought she was happy because she was safe. At night, he would hold her hand and say, "You are my queen. I'm keeping you safe from wicked men." Amaka would nod, but her heart would cry. She started to feel like she was disappearing, little by little. Her beauty remained, but her joy was fading. What Mr. Nduka didn't understand was this: a flower needs sunlight to grow. If you lock it inside a box, it will wither, even if the box is made of gold. One hot afternoon, the generator was humming and the ceiling fan was turning slowly. Amaka sat in the living room again, staring at the wall. She was tired of reading books, tired of sitting, tired of being alone. Then, Chinwe walked in. Chinwe was the new maid. She was young, just 23 years old, slim, beautiful, and full of life. Her skin glowed, and she walked with confidence. She was from a nearby town and had just started working in the house 2 weeks ago. Unlike the other workers before her, Chinwe liked to talk. She laughed easily. She moved with energy. She noticed things. She noticed Amaka's sadness. "Auntie, are you okay?" Chinwe asked one day. Amaka smiled a weak smile. "I'm fine," she said, but her eyes told the truth. Every day, Chinwe would sit near Amaka after her chores. She would tell funny stories about her village, her childhood, and the things she used to do before working as a maid. Slowly, Amaka started to laugh again. The two women became close. They cooked together, watched movies together, talked for hours. At this point, Amaka could no longer do without Chinwe. She wants her by her side every time. It's like Chinwe, the housemaid, was becoming her best friend. She helps keep her busy, help her to cure boredom. Amaka saw a good friendship in Chinwe, but she didn't know Chinwe was seeing something else. One day, while they were in the kitchen, Chinwe looked at Amaka and said, "You are beautiful, ma." Amaka smiled. "Thank you, Chinwe." "No, I mean it," Chinwe said. "You have the kind of beauty that makes hearts beat fast. Like if I was a man, I would devour you right now. Your husband, Mr. Nduka, is really enjoying. He is a lucky man. No wonder he doesn't want men near you. He knows you are too beautiful, ma. You look like all this model in the television. In fact, I think you should be given the award of Miss Nigeria, Miss Africa, and the most beautiful woman in the whole world, to all together." Amaka was surprised. No one had complimented her like that in a long time. Mr. Nduka used to, but lately, he was always rushing to work, always tired. Chinwe's eyes were warm. Her words were soft. From that day, something started to change between them. Their friendship became tighter. Amaka even told her to stop calling her madam anymore. Since they were now friends, Chinwe can now call her by her name, Amaka. She didn't know Chinwe wanted more than just friendship. One evening, it rained heavily. The whole house was quiet and peaceful. Chinwe and Amaka sat close together in the bedroom watching a movie. Their hands touched. They didn't pull away. Then, Chinwe gently moved closer and said, "You don't have to be lonely anymore." Before Amaka could speak, Chinwe kissed her, softly, slowly. Amaka was shocked. but she didn't push her away. Her heart was beating fast. She didn't understand what was happening. She didn't know how to react or what to say. She was speechless, but it felt like someone had finally seen her, not just her face, but her soul. And that night, Amaka did not feel alone. She felt alive. She did what she would have never imagined was possible. After that rainy night, nothing was the same again between Amaka and Chinwe. Amaka had tasted something different, something that filled the empty space in her heart. For the first time in many years, she felt free, she felt wanted, she felt seen. Every time Chinwe touched her hand or whispered in her ear, Amaka felt her body wake up again. A kind of joy and excitement grew inside her. She laughed more, she smiled more, her eyes were bright again. Mr. Nduka noticed the change. My wife is happy again, he said to himself. Maybe staying home with female company is truly the best. He had no idea what was really happening. Amaka and Chinwe began spending more time together. They would stay in the bed, laughing, whispering, holding each other, and then, one day, Chinwe brought a friend. Her name was Ada, a beautiful woman with soft eyes and quiet voice. She was like Chinwe, but bolder. Don't worry, Chinwe told Amaka. She's like me. You will like her. At first, Amaka was nervous, but Ada was gentle. She knew what to say, where to touch, how to make Amaka feel special. That was how it began. 1 became 2. 2 became 3. Amaka was now the center of attention, surrounded by women who loved her, touched her, listened to her, women who came during the day, women who came in the night. And Mr. Nduka, he was happier than ever. She no longer asked to go out. He told his colleagues at work, she's always home, peaceful, quiet. I have finally trained her well. They all laughed and clapped for him. You are a real man, Nduka, they said. You have full control of your wife. But the truth, he had lost all control. He just didn't know it yet. Amaka no longer cared of the outside world. Everything she needed came to her, behind closed doors. The other women started calling their house the garden. Amaka is our rose, they would say. And this house is where she blossoms. Sometimes, when visitors came, they locked the bedroom door. They played music to cover the sounds. They laughed and mourned quietly, while Mr. Nduka sat downstairs, sipping wine, proud and blind. In his mind, he had won. He had defeated temptation. He had chased away all men. But what he did not understand was this. Temptation wears many faces, and sometimes it wears a smile and walks in through the door you left open. The house of Mr. Nduka had become a secret garden, a place where many women came in and went. Morning and night, the neighbors noticed. From her balcony, Mama Nkechi watched with sharp eyes. Every day, different women entered that house. She whispered to her friend, always women, and always through the back door. The gate woman Ngozi also noticed. She was quiet but not blind. Sometimes she would hear giggles upstairs. Other times she heard soft music and sounds she couldn't explain. She knew something strange was going on, but she said nothing. After all, she was being paid well. One afternoon, the tailor who came to deliver clothes leaned to the gate and whispered, "This house no be delivery. Na only women dey waka in and out. Something dey happen where people no dey talk about." The driver across the street, Baba Cain, laughed. "You are jealous. Don't worry. Mr. Nduka is smart. He is protecting his wife from men." But deep down, even he was curious. Inside the house, Amaka was glowing. Her skin shone. Her eyes danced. She wore light makeup again. She tied her wrapper in stylish ways. She looked like a queen. Mr. Nduka noticed. "You are happy, my dear," he said one morning. Amaka smiled. "Yes, I'm happy." He kissed her forehead. "I knew it. I knew that keeping you away from men would bring peace." He had no idea what was going on behind him. That night, Amaka had two visitors, Chinwe and another new friend. They laughed together, stayed up late, and locked the bedroom door as usual. From downstairs, Mr. Nduka heard laughter. He walked to the door and knocked. "Who is that?" Amaka asked from inside. "It's me," he said. "Oh, it's just us women," she answered quickly. "We are watching a movie." He smiled. "Carry on," he said proudly. "Enjoy yourselves." Then he walked away. In his heart, he believed he had built a perfect system, a safe home, a home without men, a home where his wife would never be tempted. But what he didn't know was this: jealousy can blind you, and when your eyes are closed, the very thing you fear can happen right under your nose. The whispers in the street grew louder. "Something is not right," the neighbors said. "Women go in, but they don't come out for hours. And the husband, he never suspects anything." Still, Mr. Nduka didn't worry. To him, they are just women. But soon, the truth would come, knocking on his own bedroom door. It was a Wednesday afternoon. The sun was hot, the air thick with dust, and Mr. Nduka had just left a board meeting early. His briefcase was in his left hand, and he was in a hurry. He had forgotten an important document in his bedroom drawer and needed to pick it up before meeting a government official in the city. He called his wife, but her phone was off. "No problem," he said, smiling to himself. "She's probably taking a nap, my sweet Amaka." As his car turned into the compound, the female gatekeeper, Ngozi, jumped up from the chair in shock. "Oga, you know to say you dey come back." "I don't need to tell anyone," he said cheerfully. "This is my house." She gave a nervous laugh. "Welcome, sir." He nodded and walked in quickly. Everything was quiet, too quiet. The house had that strange kind of silence that only comes when something is being hidden. He walked past the living room where the TV was on, but no one was watching. There were two half-empty wine glasses on the table. Lipstick stains marked the rim. He paused. Amaka and her friends must be upstairs, he thought. He walked upstairs, his shoes clicking softly on the polished tiles. As he reached the landing, he heard it. Soft laughter, then silence, then low moans. He frowned. He moved closer to the bedroom door. It was half closed. The curtain inside danced gently with the breeze from the window. Then he heard her voice, "Amaka," and another woman's voice. "I missed you," one of them whispered. Then the bed creaked. Then another moan. Then more laughter. The air inside Mr. Nduka's chest froze. His heart began to beat faster. His hand shook as he pushed the door open slowly, and what he saw broke him. There in the bed he bought with his own money, the bed they shared as husband and wife, was Amaka, completely naked, her arms wrapped around a woman, a beautiful curvy woman with dreadlocks and golden earrings. Their bodies were close, lips locked, skin on skin. They didn't even notice him at first. They were lost in their passion. Then Amaka's eyes opened. She froze. "Nduka," she whispered. The other woman turned and jumped out of the bed, grabbing the bed sheet to cover herself. But it was too late. The image was burned into his soul. Mr. Nduka dropped his briefcase. His hand touched the wall to keep himself from falling. His eyes widened in disbelief. "No," he said softly. "No, Amaka. What is this?" Amaka stood slowly, wrapped in a bedsheet. Her lips trembled. Her eyes filled with tears. But she didn't speak. "You? With a woman?" He stammered. "All these months, all these visitors, This is what you've been doing? Still, she said nothing. He looked around the room, the soft music playing from the speaker, the bottle of wine on the side table, the red underwear hanging on the chair. Everything made sense now. He sank onto the floor, holding his head, his pride, his plans, his system destroyed in one moment. After everything I did, I protected you from men. I gave you everything. How could you do this to me? He cried out. Now Amaka spoke, her voice soft but full of pain. You didn't protect me, Nduka. You caged me. You kept me away from the world like I was some property. I was lonely. I was dying inside. I needed love. I needed touch. You were never there for me emotionally. Only your jealousy was. But women, he shouted, standing again. Women, Amaka. Yes, women, she replied, now fame. Because you made sure no man ever come near me. You locked every door except the one you didn't think was dangerous. The other woman quickly picked up her clothes and ran out. But it was too late. The damage had already been done. Nduka walked to the window. He was breathing hard. He opened his mouth to speak, then closed it. He was broken. His eyes were red. His voice cracked. I lost you. I lost you because of my own fear. There was a knock at the door. It was Chinwe. She entered slowly, seeing the chaos. Her face dropped. Oga, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen like this. He looked at her with cold eyes. It was you. You started this, he said quietly. I only gave her what she was missing, Chinwe replied. Nduka raised his hand as if to slap her, then dropped it. What was the point? The war was already lost. He turned to Amaka. I don't even know who you are anymore, he whispered. Amaka stepped closer. Her voice was calm. You knew who I was. You just didn't care to keep me alive on the inside. She walked past him, picked up her robe, and left the room. Chinwe followed her, head bowed. Mr. Nduka stood alone in the center of the room that once smelled like love, now stank of betrayal. He looked around. All the money, all the furniture, all the rules, all the protection, none of it mattered now. He had caged her body, but not her heart. He had locked out the men, but he forgot the women. Mr. Nduka fell to his knees and wept, the tears of a man who had loved too much and lost everything.